Welcome back to Desert Smoke Reviews. Again, it's just Justin this evening. White's still in New York. He should be back in the next day or so. So probably be the last review of just me. But tonight we're going to take a look at a very special cigar, one of my favorites. So I'm already going to tell you it's probably going to be a biased review. It is the Liga Privada T52. This is just one of my favorite sticks. So take my review with a grain of salt, as I'll probably be a little biased. This cigar is coming in with a nice, very dark brown wrapper, of course. Seams are tight but visible. Veins are moderate to fine. There's not a lot going on. I have one little concern. It's a crack right here, and it's completely my fault. It rolled off the table when I came to set the camera up, but it's just a small one. I don't think it'll be a problem. The cap's done well, nice, firm, but kind of got some give to it. So the pack's done real nice, just beautiful cigar. The aroma that I pick up off the wrapper is just a nice earth, rich tobacco, and like a bit of natural sweet tobacco as well. It's very nice. Then off the foot, I definitely pick up the earth. I don't really pick up that sweet tobacco. It's more like an earth and a bit of barnyard. This is just, a wonderful cigar. But let's get it cut up, toasted up, and see how it goes. Right away, nice, perfect draw, pumping out the smoke. Start off flavors are very nice. It hits me with a lot of baker's spices, not full pepper, but just, I call them baker's spices. A little bit of everything going on. Very nice. The cigar has got an undertone of earth throughout. Very nice. Goes into a very long finish. It's where those spices really play a part, is coming into that finish. I don't really get the sweet tobacco that I get off the wrapper, but I do get the natural rich tobacco flavor. That hits your tongue right off the bat for me. So then the earth hits in, there's a bit of wood, and that all goes into a nice baker spice. And there's a little bit of sweetness in those baker spices, of course, but kind of sweet and spicy. Just a wonderful start. Let's get into the first third, see how it goes. Welcome back. About 10 minutes into this Liga Privada T52. Just an overall excellent smoke. I didn't mention it at the first part when we were at the light up, but this is an exceptionally smooth cigar. The smoke has got a creamy texture to it that I thoroughly enjoyed. The flavors are still very earthy as your undertone. That finish is still relatively long. Still has those nice baker spices on it. It's picking up a bit of wood, a bit of that rich tobacco. I thought for a minute there I was picking up a little bit of coffee, but I don't think that's what it was. I think it's just a nice mixture of that earth and wood. Those baker spices are very nice. The creamy texture, just the overall cigar is very, very nice. It's very smooth. Pick up a little bit of pepper on the retrohale, but not a lot, not overpowering, but it's still just an overall really exceptional smoke. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Like I said, this will be a bit of a biased review because this is one of my favorite cigars. But let's get into the second third and see how it develops. Well, welcome back. I'm about halfway on the Liga Privada T52, and I forgot to tell you the body and the strength, but I mean it's a medium to full body, if not already full body. About medium in strength. It doesn't kick your butt, but it's an exceptionally smooth cigar. That smoke is still very creamy. The flavors have changed a little bit. As I mentioned, kind of like a wood and rich tobacco. And I mentioned the coffee, but I didn't really think that's what the flavor was. The coffee started to play a role now. I can pick it up in the very front of my palate. Also a bit of chocolate, nice little slightly sweet chocolate. It's exceptional flavors. That still dives into a nice baker spice for me. That baker spice is starting to drown up and a little bit of pepper is picking up. I can definitely taste a little more pepper than the rest of the spices, so to speak. But that finish is still very long. It's a very enjoyable cigar. It's just, I can't say a bad thing about it right now. As I've said last couple times I've come back to you, I might be a little biased, so take my opinion with a grain of salt, but this is an exceptional smoke. But let's get into the final third, see how it goes. Welcome back. I'm at the end of the final third, approaching the no point, and this is where, in my opinion, the T52 becomes an even better stick for me. In my opinion, the flavors. Still full in body, medium in strength for me. Smoke is still very creamy, got a nice texture to it. Still got a very earthy undertone throughout the entire cigar, but that coffee is still playing a role in the front of my palate. It's a nice coffee, a little bit of slightly sweet chocolate, but all that dies into a nice finish. And that finish, as I talk about baker spices and how the pepper is starting to build in this final third, and this is one of the characteristics of the T52 that I like, it kind of goes from a coffee and slightly sweet chocolate into a nice, like, hearty, savory, peppery, like almost like a peppered meat, like a steak or something. And that finish just sits on the tongue very long. That is just one of the greatest flavor combinations. You go from that coffee and sweet chocolate into a nice savory pepper. It is so nice. Retrohale is still very much pepper, but it's not overpowering. It's just an overall a really nice cigar. It's one of my favorites. If I was going to rate it, and I know Liga Privadas are big names, you know, they're hard to get and whatnot, and I don't want to give it a 10, but it's really, to me it's a 10. It's my go-to cigar when I can afford it. I'd smoke these every day if I could afford it. I made a comment in one of my previous videos, The Fighting Cock, and I said, if this cigar is the cigar that killed me, I'd be pissed. You know, if cigars are the things that kill me and this is the cigar that does it, I don't think I'd be quite as pissed, because this is one of my favorite cigars. So I will rate it a 10. Again, I told you it might be a little bit biased, well, a lot biased cigar review, so take it with a grain of salt, but this is an excellent cigar. I recommend it anytime you can pick it up and you got the change, pick one up. But in conclusion, if you like our videos, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe. We'd greatly appreciate it. But until next time, smoke them if you got them.